Guys, what pisses you off about other guys? I hate how every time I go out to a bar or a social event with alcohol, a decent amount of the guys are always out to look for trouble. Like if I accidentally bump into someone, certain guys thrive on that so they can start crap with you. Due to this I stopped enjoying those types of scenes. The constant pee contest. I don't care if you are better or worse than me at anything. You don't have to prove your masculinity or strength or knowledge or whatever to anyone. I can write shorter sentences than you. With some guys, the way everything has to be a goddamn competition. I just finished my beer and you still have an ounce left in your bottle. What are you, some kind of lightweight? I worked with a guy who was super insecure and always did this. The one I remember is when he farted and said I couldn't produce a fart that smells as bad as his. I wanted to drop that sucker every day I was stuck working next to him. I hate when some won't do something because it isn't in their perception of manly. The main reason this bothers me so much is that the least manly thing in the world seems to be so scared that others will tease you. Like for frick's sake, it's not manly to avoid a pink shirt only because the other boys will make fun of you. I've got quite a bit of respect for lads who do their own thing knowing others don't always accept it. On our Askman, a woman made a post because her boyfriend refused to properly wash his butt after pooping because it was not manly to do it. Like for him, washing his own butt was gay. Guys that refuse to hear a girl when she says no, I'm not interested. There's a guy that my girlfriend was classmates with before I came into the picture that still believes he has a chance with her. Sorry, she wasn't interested then, and she sure isn't interested now that we're dang near married. Worse yet, there's a guy that my sister was classmates with that was borderline stalking harassing her because he so firmly believed he had a chance with her. My sister finally went to the police after he started buzzing her apartment in the middle of the night. No means no. It's not that freaking hard. I partially blame Hollywood and books and crap. Spread the idea of playing hard to get or whatever. I hate those thirsty suckers that constantly post sexual crap on social media. I was friends with this guy that would constantly post memes about eating girls out, and nobody would like the post so he'd do it again. Dude, you have your mom and your little sister as friends on there. What the frick? My cousin does this. Posts eating out memes and whips chain stuff and then white knight stuff like while you're arguing with her I wish she would be in my arms and stuff like that which makes you facepalm. And then he wonders why he's been single for over a decade. When dudes rev their truck engine super loud, or blast their vehicle speakers for reasons, it just sets my teeth on edge. I cannot imagine having my self-image tied into how loud, large, obnoxious my truck is. Do you get more man points for every human you pee off? Like, my dude. Let's just be considerate to the rest of the people on this block. Was walking through a car park the other day and saw, heard, mainly, a souped up sedan, mag wheels, cruising around and around and around playing at full blast. Evanescence. It cruised past. It was a white guy in his 50s. Putting on a tough front in front of your friends. Like dude it's just me. You don't have to pretend like you're the Hulk having a bad day. Now man up and be a P. Man up and be a P is the best thing I've ever read. Guys who can never just finish speaking or let something go when the conversation topic changes. Like holy heck dude. You just spoke for like 30 seconds and now you're putting pauses between your sentences that are just long enough for someone else to try and speak. Then shooting them down and continuing to talk anyway. Dude, ease up, this ain't a competition, you can stop speaking and let someone else speak. I thought I was the only one. A guy did that during a date once. It was the first and last day he had with me. They gotta be an expert in everything. Like, dude, if you don't know crap about something then ask questions or keep your mouth shut. You don't need to step in and assert some half-remembered fact to prove yourself. Being a jerk dong to be alpha. There was a guy at my baseball camp when I was a kid who would single me out and make fun of me for no reason to make himself look good in front of other players and coaches. I ended up quitting the program because I hated going to practice because of him. Go to make a fist and introduce it to his face. Guys who always outdo you in every way possible. Hey mate, I found this flight to New York for $20. Dude PLS. Last year I found a flight to Hawaii for $5. Be smarter. I have 5 platinum trophies on PSN. Only 5? I got like a million. Shut the frick up. Oh man, I don't know what it is, but there's something about the art of frugality that really brings out all the braggadocious tendencies in some guys. At my old job, I was proud of myself for finding a round-trip flight to Berlin for $600. One of my co-workers piped in and was like, oh that's nothing, I found a round-trip flight to Paris for $150. If you don't know how to do something and you're supposed to know, you'll be made fun of. But how are you supposed to learn if nobody is willing to teach you? And there are things that people think you should just know anyways. That is changing your own oil, working on your own car, etc. Or beaching. Things that if you don't know how to do them, you get made fun of, but nobody wants to teach you. Obviously not every guy, but the guys who feel it's socially acceptable to grope or assault girls who are too drunk to know otherwise are wastes of skin. The subtle but hidden attempts from other men to assert dominance all the time. It pisses me off. I've been rather shy and reserved a lot of my life, and nothing pisses me off more than when bros offers to give me unsolicited advice, trying to tell me what women like and whatever balls, and saying, hey buddy, you seem quiet, let me tell you something. God, I freaking hate those. Frick off buddy. Or maybe you are talking to a woman. Then out of nowhere a random guy from out of nowhere might butt into the conversation headfirst and seem respectful to your face. But you know he is only there to direct the woman's attention to themselves and steal the conversation because you know it's a woman. Same crap at bars. I just turned 21 not too long ago and I can't stand the bar. It's just a giant hidden alpha male contest where people compete for the attention of a woman, disregarding any respect for any ongoing conversations or anything. TLDR, I hate dudes who try to assert dominance over you in subtle, less than obvious ways and pretend to be nice. The dude who thinks he needs a woman for certain chores. Way too many guys can't cook a meal beyond ramen, clean their house, their alley, or do basic crap like budgeting because they've always had their mom girlfriend to do it. If you come across a group of dudes you don't know, there's a legit chance that one will start talking crap for no reason. I feel like men have very limited pants choices. Everyone is wearing khaki pants, khaki shorts, jeans, or basketball shorts. Like 90% of men I see are wearing that. Very limited formal wear too. Also, side rant, I hate men's formal clothing, suits, because it was clearly made for use in cold European countries, and I feel like it's just stupid to be wearing that crap in the tropics or anywhere where you die if it weren't for AC. Not to sound edgy or anything, but converse like this. So I went for a coffee with this girl. Did you get that butt? Was she good? Did you use a rubber etc? Freaking hate it. Even more so when I am at a point in my life where I feel like sleeping around is behind me and I'd love to settle for something more serious. But it's always about just getting laid. I also have one friend who always insists to tell me that he's got laid. It's almost like he wants me to go high-fiving him or something. Though I usually just brush it off with a "oh, good for you." And now I do feel super edgy when explaining this, goddamn it. Where I live, every guy is desperate to get girls. They don't respect them as humans. They don't even care if they're already taken. The way they talk to them disgusts even other guys like me. Judging other guys for what they drink. Women can drink whatever they want, but if a guy wants wine instead of beer, other guys call him a fairy. Mind your own business. The way a lot of guys say out loud very descriptive sexual things about women when they walk past. I'm a male and love women. I have no issue really with things being thought internally, within reason, or even some small banter like, wow she's pretty, or something like that. I think some of the less extreme stuff myself too. But I find it honestly disgusting when they make gestures and descriptively explain to me what they want to do to this person. It makes me respect them less, especially my male friends who I never thought were like this, and also makes me much more likely to believe female stories of male sexual harassment. I hate the guys who just constantly hit on girls. Makes them seem desperate to me and just out looking for sex. Especially ones who are currently in a relationship and they know it. If you do that, then frick you. You aren't showing any sign of good character. The guy who waits until I go to the bathroom to sidle up to the girl I'm with to ask her for her number and then sticks around to chum it up with me like a little bee. I mean, you're too much of a P to try and pick her up directly, and you can't deal with the direct confrontation with me. So you choose the time when I'm literally emptying my bowels to try and take a shot at the girl who clearly came to the bar with me and has been super into me the whole night. You know, the first thing she does when I get back is to show me your number and tell me how creepy you are before I start teasing her about the perfect lame pickup line she should send you, right? Creepy P line pickup guys. Why? This is one of my favorites in the thread. I don't deal with it often, but a sick pleasure goes through my head when someone shows interest in my GF. Sorry bud, she's with me. Even better when they, like you said, don't think that the GF is immediately going to show us. Guys who believe that being a C is the same as masculinity. Overt masculinity is more often than not a sign of extreme insecurity, and it's freaking grim to be in the path of someone with such an affliction. Just the constant gay jokes. Can't take a joke. Can laugh when others would get offended. But it doesn't matter what the topic is. If someone does it constantly, it chips away at you until you can't stand to be around that person anymore. Get some new material. Oh, I am gay. Okay, now that's been established. What else do you actually have to say? If you encounter this situation again, then roll with it. It'll confuse the heck out of him and give you the edge to make him extremely uncomfortable. In my experience, it's typically men in expensive cars that will drive with an almost homicidal disregard for the law and all consideration for other vehicles and pedestrians. Granted, other people do this as well, just not as consistently. In my experience, it's the opposite. Brand new Mercedes and BMWs are driving respectfully. Sure, every once in a while you see a Lamborghini speeding on the freeway, but it's always that 92 Civic with a big muffler zigzagging through cars at 75 miles per hour. The ones who possess a lot of benevolent sexism. They treat women respectfully only because they think they're some dainty, delicate creature that needs special protection or treatment. Things like chivalry or never hitting a woman are good and all, but their intention isn't always necessarily out of respect and common courtesy, but their innate prejudices about females as well as males, in general. It seems to feed into their toxic masculinity ego. Very well expressed. It's nice to see a man who understands this phenomenon. Probably expecting me to know about sports. I don't care about sports. I don't watch sports. I have no idea what you are talking about. How they have this expectation to be manly around one another. Social norms may get in the way of things you may personally enjoy. Sexual harassment against women. I bring this up because this happened just a couple days ago. My buddy was hosting a party and we were all having a great night. Drinking, smoking, just a general good time. So as the night comes to a close, we all head to our designated sleeping posts. I wake to the sound of a conversation that my girlfriend and another friend are having. So Lillian and I were sharing a bed together and Mike comes in asking for a space to sleep since he was sleeping on the floor. So we reluctantly let him in the bed. But then Mike kept on touching and fondling Lillian. She was really uncomfortable and scared. I'm sorry, but frick you, dude. Just hope that I don't see you. You'll be losing your dong pretty soon, bud. Men that have to constantly sexualize women to the point I cringe if a woman with a big butt walks in because you know what's happening next. Doing Neanderthal crap to try to appeal to women. Catcalling. Making everything a competition. Instigating fights for basically no reason. Loud obnoxious vehicles. The women RS mentality is slowly becoming more and more present. Now I'm still a teenager, so that might change later, but the way these guys talk about women is just disturbing to me. Stereotyping jokes aside, just the fact that I know more than one person my age who has tried to drug one or multiple girls fricks me up so much. You know, I often wonder how P influences this. P gives this weird image of women, in that women always are super frisky and want every person with a dong. So many people just watch so much P, it's bound to influence how we perceive other people. Random guys that use phrases like "come on bro" to get their way. Quick context. Was at a free concert last week. Crowded as all heck. I'm talking easily 2,000 people in a space that safely accommodates maybe 1,500. Dude comes up behind me trying to pass through to his friends up near the stage. I tell him find another way, it's too crowded here. He tries to force through with a "come on bro, I put my foot down right here, I'm not your bro." Shoots crowded go around ya dong. Just move, there's no going around, and it's pretty standard concert courtesy to split crowd. The fact he uses the term bro really isn't that bad. You understand it doesn't mean he's trying to be your friend or anything, it's just in his vernacular. Look, I love drinking, probably do it too often, and I know I definitely overindulge myself a lot. But the guy who insists upon taking shots or shotgunning or taking drinking to another level and then makes a big scene when you say no or tries to embarrass you when you don't want to do a shot, screw that guy. I've never in my life been a good chugger or shot taker. If I take a shot of tequila, there is a 95% I am puking. I obviously understand wanting to take it up a notch, or celebrate something, and if you ask me about it then maybe I'm in the right state of mind where I think a shot will go down smooth and I'm ready to go. But there's no need to be a huge dong about it if I turn down a shot. Odds are we are at a bar, and I really would like not throw up on the floor and get kicked out. The endest alpha male posturing. We aren't wolves or dogs. That whole act just tells me they are plagued by low self-esteem and always have to stroke their egos by trying to act big. Also evidenced by their bug muscles, or fat tummies, an African thing. Good thing I have my flashy lime green sports car though. Not talking about emotions and life difficulties, even with friends or family. I know a lot of males who do not want to share their feelings and or just sweep everything under the carpet where it gets bottled up. Why do you have the strap so high on your guitar? So I can actually play the dang thing. Unlike you noisy freak. That's just how guys are. Used to justify crappy behavior, macho bulls, straight up misogyny. Your inability to be friends with women has nothing to do with you being a man and everything to do with you not respecting them and having no self-control. Brad. How some other guys feel the need to show off how manly they are. I.e. Facebook posts that show weapon car parts that are captioned "if your boyfriend doesn't know what is, then you have a girlfriend," or some other bulls that's just a result of toxic masculinity. That 100% of the time I wouldn't sleep with a girl if I knew she had a boyfriend. I definitely couldn't say that for the rest of the men on the planet. Man up or you're a P. As a teenager, it's often something to banter about. Used seriously, it's really a manipulation tactic. When called out, these people will call you anything to deflect blame or make you look worse in others' eyes. They lost an argument and resort to anything to save face, not realizing that real men realize they are wrong and apologize when they do. Now I'm no third wave feminist, but I've overheard some pretty superficial and vulgar crap about exes, current girlfriends, and casual female friends from guys. I can't speak as to how common these douchebags are, but some of them truly do seem to view the girls around them as slabs of meat. Not everyone, but I know multiple people who make plans to do something fun like the local water park or something, but as soon as their girlfriends ask to come over and hang out they flake like, "I get it, her girlfriend is great and all, but now you can still hang out with her friends." Not like a once or twice thing, like every time we go to set up plans. I hate that other guys don't care if a woman is married or involved. Butt is butt to them. I've always had a code, not sure a lot of guys out there are following the same code. If you're involved, engaged, or married, I'm not going there. Granted, it takes two to tango, but I wouldn't want someone doing that to me, so I'm not going to be someone's dirty secret. You want to frick around? Do it with unattached people. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video. Bye for now.